G'day folks, welcome back to another update. We're looking at silver and palladium today. This is just a user request. Someone's looking at potentially buying it, so we're going to look at it and see the probability. Should we go long, buy it, or should we sell it if you're holding it, or stay on the sidelines if you're undecided? So we're just going to try and get the best outcome or analysis in terms of what we're looking at here today. So first off, we look at palladium. Now, as per our usual analysis, we start with the monthly, weekly and daily trends. And you can see here on the monthly, our CCI indicator is still very bearish and still falling. No sign yet of a reversal. Now, if I zoom out, you can see there it's actually also fallen quite substantially. Let me just blow that up. It's actually fallen down past, if I draw Fibonacci, well beyond the 61% level. And that's a key area we always look out for. In this case, it's a bearish outlook, especially when it breaks below that 61%. So on the monthly, looking bearish, no sign yet of a reversal. On the weekly, same thing. It's still bearish on the price, but notice we've got a bullish divergence. Now I've got higher lows on the CCI versus lower lows on the price. Now I've drawn a Fibonacci here between that low and that high, and this is assuming it's already bottomed out, and it may not have. So in other words, this price could still drop. So long as the price keeps dropping and this CCI keeps rising, we're going to consider that a bullish divergence. And then in this case, we'll actually just readjust the Fibonacci down to the new low, wherever that may be. But assuming it starts bouncing from here, and that's early days yet to be able to determine that, I've drawn a Fibonacci here and a target area between a 23 and a 38% level. So slight positive in terms of going long, bullishness on the weekly. On the daily, you can see there, I've got another little section there between this resistance. If I zoom out, there's a key resistance there at 11.19 and a key support at 8.14. And it's actually bounced off that. And there's also another bullish divergence on the CCI. This is independent from the weekly. So there's a bullish divergence on the daily versus lower lows on the price. And I've taken it back. Actually, I should be going back to this area back here. So if I draw another Fibonacci back to that area there, that's probably going to align very closely with the weekly Fibonacci. So you can see there the 23-38% level will be in that range there between 23, just around that resistance area, that 11.19. And that coincides nicely. Should it bounce into that area, that's probably where it may end up bouncing. Now let me just delete this larger Fibonacci. I've also drawn this smaller Fibonacci range between that high and that low. And you can see there it's already broken past the 38% level and approaching the 50%, giving us a bullish signal as well on the daily. So again, if it breaks above that 61%, then the next level will be in this target area on that wider Fibonacci range. Remember, with these trends, if you're trading on the weekly, for example, you take short trades only. So in this case, because we're going long on the CCI, we don't take any short trades. We wait for this to break out and bounce. Likewise, if you're trading on the daily, in this case, you'd be going cautiously. I'd be waiting for this to break out. As soon as that breaks out of this moving average range, I'd go long. And then we jump to the hourly chart. So if you're trading on the hourly or intraday time frame, we look at the daily trend. And at this point, it's broken higher and then that moving average range. And if I put those CCI moving average ranges in, you can see it's broken above that, and that's a bullish signal. And we go long. Now in this case, on the hourly, if I zoom out, you can see there it's already bounced off that key support at 8.14. And I've drawn this other descending diagonal trend line. And as you can see there, it's hit those highs there, and it's actually broken that trend line in the last few hours of trade, and it's still showing more movement to the upside. So again, that's a positive. So if you're trading on the intraday, you'd be going long, and in accordance with the bullish movement on the daily. So obviously, if this starts breaking to the downside on the hourly, you probably want to, if you're in a position here, you probably want to take your profits, especially when it hits this moving average range, and you see the CCI breaking further to the downside as well. Now, there's no divergence to talk of here. If that price breaks higher than that point there, which means we'll have higher highs, and if this CCI remains lower than that high, we'll have lower highs, in that case, we'll have a bearish divergence. So let's just draw that for now. You can see there that's lower on the CCI, and that is slightly lower as well on the price. So again, keep an eye on that. If that price rises, but the CCI starts falling, that's a bearish divergence. Just be mindful of that, and you may want to potentially take your profits if you see that happening, even before it starts hitting these moving average lines. Next, we look at silver. So on the monthly, it's bullish, although notice it's pulling back on the CCI, on the moving towards these moving averages, and I've just blocked out those moving averages, but you can see there it's bullish, well above the moving averages, but it's pulling back. On the price, I've drawn a couple of descending and ascending trend lines in that wedge, and you can see there on the monthly it's broken above that wedge initially, and it's starting to pull back. On the weekly as well, those same trend lines are there, and on the weekly it's actually already broken down below the moving averages of that CCI. You can see that there. That's indicated by that green and pink or yellow, red color scheming. So it's showing a bearish movement at the moment. And it's actually breaking below on the moving averages of the price as well. On the daily, you can see there it's below the moving averages of the daily, and also the CCI is falling off as well. So bearish movement as well. But there is some potential. There is a minor support here, 2650, and it may be a slight reversal from that point. And if it breaks below that minor support, then the next area of resistance or support will be at this descending trend line, which again relates to the previous monthly and weekly charts I showed you. But that's the initial support we've got today. Now that's on the daily. If we go to the hourly chart here, I've drawn a little bounce here. We've got a bullish divergence, and that's started to work, and it's already hit the target area, that 23-38% level of that small Fibonacci range. We had a slight lower lows on the price and higher lows on the CCI, and it's already hit that target area. So I'll delete that Fibonacci just to clean it up. But again, we're showing a very minor support at this level at 2650, and the hourly as well is moving higher with further upside potential. Now I'd like to see this CCI on a daily break higher as well to support this support area, and that'll give us more confidence in going along. But at this point, just be careful. Again, if you are going long already, preferably take profits when you see the price break below the moving averages on the price chart, or if it breaks below on the CCI as well. And again, I'll draw those moving averages of the CCI. You can see there it's trending above those moving averages. So cautiously going long, but again, I'd prefer to buy and enter into the trade if this was already broken to the upside like it did back here. That way you can take some profits when it does rise in your favor. It's probably a bit too early to go long now. Again, I'd like to see this break higher. And if I put those moving averages in on CCI, you can still see there it's below the moving averages. I'd like to see it break higher and turn above the moving averages. So if you got value out of the video, hit that like and subscribe button. Feel free to make any recommendations or suggestions for analysis of other instruments, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching, and see you later.